Welcome to Frywall Fridays. It's Hanukkah, the festival of lights and fried food, which means it's time to make latkes again. This year we're going to do a small variation on the traditional latke, substituting leeks for onions. It's going to make for a latke that's a little bit more refined and also a little prettier to behold. Let's get started. For our potatoes, I have 2.5 pounds of white potatoes. These are medium starch potatoes. You can also use Yukon Gold, work beautifully. I've gone ahead and peeled them. I'm now going to grate them. You can also use a food processor if you like. I'm going to grate them into a bowl with water so the potatoes don't brown. Our potatoes are grated. Next, I'm going to clean up our leek. So for our leeks, you see there's some tough green parts on top. Those are not going to work very well. We'll just trim those. And the end here. These more tender green parts we will be using. And these tougher parts I'm going to set aside. We can use those for a stock. Okay, now leeks tend to harbor a lot of sand inside of them. So to clean them up, you cut down the middle, but not all the way to the edge, and out like that, all the way through. And then I'm going to run these through cold water and get all that dirt out. And once I've done that, we'll come back here and chop up the leek. My leek is nicely washed. At this point, I'm going to slice it very, very thinly. See, we have these beautiful, beautiful ribbons, and those are going to give our latkes a nice green flavor to go with the golden brown of the potatoes. But go ahead and put these in our mixing bowl. It's now time to drain and strain our potatoes. So I'm going to put the potatoes here through a colander and let the water drip out. Next, I'm going to squeeze out any remaining liquid inside of the potatoes. I'll take a good handful, put it inside of the nice clean rag, make a little bundle, and then I'm going to twist this and get any of the remaining liquid out. You'll be surprised by how much comes out. This is really important. If the potatoes have excess water in them, they will not cook properly or crisp up. So I'll add that to our leeks and continue with the next batch of potatoes. So our potatoes are all dried and ready to go. Next, we need to add a couple of tablespoons of potato starch. And for that, I want to show you a really cool trick. So here is the water that was holding the potatoes and that was drained out of the potatoes. If we carefully pour that off, look at what you got down there. You got potato starch. And that is the potato starch we're going to add back into our latke mix. And finally, I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of salt, few grinds of black pepper, and 3 eggs. Give that a thorough mix, and we'll be ready to fry in a moment here. These are ready to go, and you can see they're pretty dry. If you have drained the potatoes properly, there should be very little or even no liquid at the bottom of your bowl. I have about 1/2 inch of oil in my pan. I've let it get to 350 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, that's okay. Just drop in a piece of the potatoes. If they pop right up, sizzling, you're ready to go. And I will spoon in about a tablespoon of the batter at a time. If you can press it down the batter, that's great. You don't have to. These are going to go for about 4 or 5 minutes on the one side and then flip them over, and they'll take about 2 or 3 minutes on the other side. They're basically ready to flip when they get nice and golden brown. Our latkes are done, and you can see they have this beautiful mix of colors. We have the golden brown, some orange, some yellow, some green. We'll put 3 of these on a plate like this with some sour cream and also some fresh homemade applesauce. Nice if the applesauce is cold, but it's fine this way too. And we'll top that just with a little bit of flaky salt. Enjoy your leaky latkes and have a happy Hanukkah. Enjoy.